my kitchen. I am the vegan grandma. My husband and I just finished dinner, well, a couple of hours ago, and we were sitting in there watching Netflix movie and decided that we both had a sweet tooth tonight and want something sweet. So I am going to try to modify, based on what I have here in the house and a recipe that I looked at online, I'm going to try to modify this. So come along with me for this experiment that we're going to do together. All right, so for the ingredients, the original recipe called for a cup of oil. So I'm going to use a quarter of a cup of oil and 3/4 of a cup of applesauce. It called for 2 cups of sugar, so I'm using 1 cup of the Splenda brown sugar. And then we've got a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of cocoa powder unsweetened, 2 cups of unbleached flour, and I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and then I've got a cup of almond milk. Of course, you can use water in this as well, I'm sure. So we're going to put this together and see how it turns out. Okay, so like I said, this is an impromptu recipe here because I didn't plan to film anything, but I've got my 2 cups of unbleached flour. Then we're going to add to that the 3/4 cups of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. We're going to add the teaspoon of baking powder, the teaspoon of salt, and the 1 cup of brown Splenda sugar. I'm really hoping that this ends up all right because I've cut back on the fat that this recipe that I looked at online called for, and the sugar. Because it originally, as I said, called for 2 cups of white sugar, processed sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Okay, I'm going to mix this up very well. Sometimes you just have to have something sweet. And like I said, we were both sitting there watching a movie, and I said, I really feel like something sweet. Well, I didn't get a response on that. And then about 30 minutes later, he says, you know, I really feel like something sweet too. Okay, so to this, we're going to add our almond milk, which was a cup, 1/4 cup of oil, 3/4 cups of applesauce. Again, I really am hoping that this is going to turn out okay. Sometimes that's what cooking is. It's an experiment. And 2, we called for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I like the flavor of vanilla, so I'm going to add 2. 1, 2, and then some. Okay, so let's get this stirred up. Let's just see what the batter looks like. Okay, it is looking like brownie batter, and since it's vegan, you can lick the spoon. No eggs, but of course the real taste is, or the real test is going to be the taste. Okay, so I think we have a pretty good mix going on here. I have my 9x13 baking dish here. I've sprayed it with some Smart Balance spray. And we're just going to put this batter right in the pan or baking dish. And I have preheated the oven to 350, and we're going to let these bake for 25 to 30 minutes. And ooh, that looks nice, and it's thick. And I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like it has a good consistency. So our modifications may have been right on. And I think I should, I'm making a mess everywhere. I think I should sample it. Tastes like chocolate. And tastes good. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, 350 for 25 to 30 minutes, and we'll look at the finished result. Yeah? You wanna come in the house? Yeah? Come on. Come on, my pretty girl. So we cooked this for 30 minutes. Looks like dark chocolate. The house smells wonderful. I mean, wonderful. So let's see how they cut. I let it cool for about 10 minutes, but we're gonna see how this cuts, gosh. They look gooey. Okay, so I'm not an even cutter. I want to see what this tastes like and have a good cold glass of almond milk. I hope I cooked them long enough. Okay, so they are done. I will be back with a taste test. Okay, so this thing is wobbly. I'm gonna get some almond milk. Y'all pardon my appearance because I didn't plan to film a video. Not that I ever look a whole lot different. Okay. So this is what they look like. Kind of thin. Okay, this hits the spot. It's good. They're gooey and chewy. I don't think they needed to cook longer, but they're definitely doable and they're definitely good. And this almond milk just makes them all the much better. And my husband even said they were good, so we did a good job. Thanks for joining me. Please let me know if there's any recipes that you would like for us to try to modify, and then you can try them, or if you have comments, suggestions, subscribe to the channel, and let's grow this vegan world together.